Pantomime, it's very gestural. It's a very over-the-top art form that's used primarily in England, in the UK. A simple way to explain it is just imagine a game of charades with all the participants hyped up on like 4 cups of coffee. In a pantomime, the purpose is that when something happens, even if there's no sound, the audience can infer that the characters are either confused or angry or happy based upon just their body language or their facial expressions, which should be so over the top, it makes it just hilarious. The art and style of pantomime is something that most Americans really aren't familiar with today. It breaks the fourth wall, basically, and will either involve individual members of the audience directly, as selected by the actors, or it will speak to the audience as a whole and wait for a response. There actually are several children's shows that have unknowingly adopted this theme. A few popular examples are like Blue's Clues or Dora the Explorer. Both of these shows ask for direct audience participation from the children that they assume watch it, even though realistically they can't hear the audience. The show is designed to work as if the characters themselves can hear the responses of the audience, and they'll ask them questions, and there'll be pauses, and they might repeat the question until they think that that's been about enough time for the child to respond. Classroom set pantomime can allow students to represent certain characters or directly offer their commentary throughout a story or throughout a lesson, and even allows them to feel more encouraged when the instructor might pause and ask a question to respond. It kind of helps get rid of those awkward pauses. And it's really useful if the basis of pantomime is already established within the instructor's teaching style, because then students would feel more comfortable offering their opinions, whereas if it was kind of randomly thrown in one lesson, it kind of confuses students because they're not used to it. In a sense, this SDAIE strategy, if it's adopted throughout all lessons, it becomes very beneficial for students who may be learning English as a second language. The overdramatic gestures and the facial expressions help them to sort of infer as to what the instructor's getting about or trying to explain with their huge gestures. If they're motioning to one picture and then another that might be on the board, and the student may know what that is in their language and be able to translate. And in my next video, you'll be able to see a short clip of me using this art form to introduce an Adam to the class.
Hey there, class. I'm here to introduce you to a good friend of mine called Mr. Adam. He's got positive protons, neutral neutrons, and negative electrons. I can't seem to find him though, so if you see him, make sure you shout really loud so I can hear you. I'm gonna go look for him. What? Did you say something? Did you see him? Are you sure he was here? Maybe he went over here. Oh! There he is. Say hello to the class, Mr. Adam.